waiting for the messages in the chat. Anmol can hear you. All right. Also, can you see me, guys? Can you guys see me? Yes, 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 yes. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's begin. Let's begin then. So, welcome to Raising Your First Check at Creator.club. So, yeah, guys. So, before starting with this, I wanted to know who all are entrepreneurs, who are the founders, who are those aspirants who want to create a difference, who are on a journey of solving a problem that, no one has admired, no one has watched, yet no one has taken an initiative to. Anmol is saying me. Vivan is saying I am. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, Mohammed has raised his hands. Great, great, great. What about others? Are we in between of entrepreneurs? Chirag is also saying me. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Who all are also there? Nishchay saying aspiring. That's crazy. That's crazy. Have you guys seen Shark Tank? Who all have seen Shark Tank India? You must be aware about the pitching thing that we will be discussing. All episodes. That's crazy, man. I have also seen Shark Tank India. And that's crazy. Tell us about you, about me. All right, I'll just present my screen. All right, and I'm just presenting my PDF. So you can tell me whether it's visible or not. So just give me a second, guys. Is my screen visible to you? I guess now it would be. Just a second. Is it visible, guys? So yeah, let's begin. There are people who are saying who I am. I am the founder of Started Up on a journey to help entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs to create a difference in their life, in their problem, in their startup, and in this world. So basically, I have been represented or have been admired as a startup mentor and an investor in the startup ecosystem by various institutions like Startup Uttarakhand, ESL and IIT Bombay, Desh Ke Mentor, ESL IIT Bombay, ESL IIT Madras, Business Blaster, and there are a lot more institutions. Till date, have startups to raise over 10 million rupees. Yeah, that's true. I have helped startups to raise more than 10 million rupees, and right now also helping them to create a difference. So this is about raising your first check. So you want to raise your first check. We'll be taking each and every doubt, each and every question at the end. So reserve these all the things for the end. So just letting up ahead. So just few more things. I have interviewed or have talked to people's like Mikhil Imani sir, the co-founder of Farm Easy. Yes, Farm Easy, that's a unicorn. That's an IPO company. Is an IPO? Yeah, yeah, that's a unicorn. And also Ninad Kharpe sir, founder 100x VC. You must have heard of it. Manas Rajan Hota sir, he's also my mentor. He's the founder of Drink Prime, who has raised funds from Sequoia, Titan, and many more. Also, so let's get ahead from key essential for raising funds. Yeah, so before raising your first check sounds very cool and is very necessary for every startup or every budding entrepreneurs to raise their first check, but most of the entrepreneurs forget what actually we the investors or how we help startups, they what they're looking for, they what they need actually, why they will invest in you. So how to present this? So there are certain key essentials that an entrepreneur should always have. That is, who are building this, because at an very early stage of an entrepreneur, very early stage of a startup, the money which is invested into a startup or a company is not invested on the basis of the problem, the idea, or the execution. It is invested on the basis of people who are building it, the who are the persons behind it, who are the aspirants, who are the enthusiasts, who are building this crazy stuff that will create such a difference. So the second thing that they look out for is, what are you solving? Suppose you are solving a problem like Ola did, like Uber did. So why will you do it differently? Why you can build that thing that Ola, Bhavesh Agarwal haven't built it? Consider it as a blue smart, the e-electric, the company that raised up and has raised a Series A round. So how they build it? So that's the main thing. Why you can do this? What are you building? How big it can be? Because the market is the main thing. They want scalable products. They want how you can make it big, how much you can make it big. Because while raising your first check, the entrepreneur has a mindset, the growing mindset, which I called it, because it is just a focused mindset with a growing speed, that I want to build a company that can be a unicorn, that can be a 4,000 company, $4,000 billion company, that can be a 4,000 crore company, that can be a $1 billion company. So that mindset an entrepreneur should always have. And for having that mindset, you should be very crystal clear about initial things that an investor look while raising your first check. That's how big the market can be, how you will make that thing, how you will create that big. It's the execution, it's a go to market means how you will take it into the market, how will you make these things, the ideas, the concepts that you have imagined into the execution part, how you will create these things which you are talking about, how you will convert these things into leads, into sales, into generation, into revenue. So how these things will happen. And partially of all these, after investor has looked at all these, he believes in your team, he believes in your problem, he believes in your solution that you're giving, he believes that the market can be a $1 billion market, he believes that you can capture 90% of the market, and he's totally impressed by all of these things. But the main thing that you lack, and anyone would tell me in the comments. I would be glad anyone can tell me in the comments. I'm not able to see any messages. Please, please, please. Are you guys there? Are you guys there? Tell me in the comments. After all of these things too, there is one thing that you guys are lacking. What is that you lack at raising your first check? Make it interactive, guys. Make it interactive. Traction. That's what I wanted to hear, Anmol. That's absolutely right. That is traction. For people who do not know what traction is the number of registration, the number of people that who are using your product. Have you proven that the big that the market is, the people who are building this have got certain people to build this kind of a stuff. Anmol, that's a crazy thing. You answered the question that most of the people couldn't. Product is also a good stuff. That's the MVP that should have, but the traction is the key role. Sometimes you do not have a product, but there is an MVP or there is a pre-registration site that can be turned as a traction. So traction is the main thing. Anmol, just you can mail me over the same at started up. You can reach out. You can text over there that I am Anmol, your mail ID, what you answered, and you will get $1,000 free worth of technical funding from us from started up because you get it right. All right. Anmol, that's congratulations to you, man. You will get $1,000 technical funding from Started Up. Just go ahead on the Started Up on the contact us page. You will write it over there. Its email is connect@startedup.in. All right. So more surprises coming on, guys. More surprises coming on. Let's move into ahead. So this is the who are solving. The traction part is mainly essential. Traction can be the number of users that you have, the maybe the number of revenue that you have, maybe pre-registrations that you have, maybe partnerships that you have. It can be anything, it can be literally anything. But the key important aspect is that have you get it registered, have you get your customers registered, are the customers using this product, are customers liking this product, do customers actually want this product? That is called as proof of concept, POC. This is proof of concept. Have you built a proof of concept of the thing that you are building? And if you have, then it's a bang on, guys. Then it's no one can stop you, guys. No one can stop you. Also, there's a one more question that I get from a lot of founders, that they say that IITs and IIMs guys gets a lot more funding chances than other tier 2 and tier 3 guys. I absolutely agree with them, but on partial basis. Why I agree with in partial basis? You must have heard in today itself, Polygon raised capital from SoftBank, Sequoia, Mark Cuban, the Shark Tank on Americas, that's a billionaire, and they are not from IITs or IIMs. They are literally normal guys. They're literally normal people who are building such crazy stuff. So it is about traction, proof of concept. If you are not from IITs or IIMs, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, literally. If you are passionate enough to solve your problem, if you're passionate enough to create a difference, then it never matters. So let's move ahead. So the next part is, you know, just let me check. Are you guys over there? I'm out of, just it's just a checking thing. Just a technical glitch have happened right now. All right. So the next thing is know your investor. So why would I say this? See, a lot of people approach to any investors. Whenever you are pitching to any investor, whenever you are going to any investor, whenever you are, looking for any investor, always know your investor. Some investors are precise, some investors love the story concept, some investors love to be point. So there is, which kind of investor you are pitching, you should always know about him. It's not like that you should go ahead and you got 10 or 15 mail IDs, you are banging on, you are mailing them. It's never should like be that. So how it should be is that always know your investor. You should always go out, check out about the investor. How you will check it is go on their LinkedIn, go on their social media handles, you will get a glimpse of it, how they are responding to the questions, how they are responding to the comments, how what kind of a post they are putting on. Are they loving story concepts? Are they loving to be exact points? Whom they are following? Because suppose if a person follows a person or author, so if I am an investor and I follow an author, so it must be like that I must be liking stories. Maybe there is a high chance. It may not give an exact opportunity, but it give a high chance. So always pitch him in a story narrative format. Whereas if I am an investor and doesn't like author, I have just like the posts which are to the point and exact. So pitch me to the point and exact. There is no need to tell the stories. So it is very much important to know your investor, whom you are pitching to, why he is important to you. All right. We'll be taking all of your questions. I know there are a lot of questions in your mind, and there should be. If you are not questioning enough, you are not building or listening enough. All right. So there must be questions. So pile up your questions. We'll take up at the end. So know your investor. First, the behavior that the investor is having. The behavior is whether he is to the point, whether he loves stories, what kind of an investor he is. Then the next thing comes in is expertise. Which sectors does the investor hold expertise is? Suppose I am an investor, I want to invest in your company. You are an agri-tech business. I am an edtech investor. You reaches out to me. There is nothing in connection between us. You just wasted out your time, and that happened with me too. So there is no point to reaching out to an edtech investor while I am building an agri-tech startup. So always try to reach out an agri-tech investor when you are having an agri-tech startup. So that is what called as an expertise. That the investor who holds such an expertise in agri-tech on the same field, who can bring strategic value along with me, that's much more better to have, because a strategic value or the strategic decision making that he has, the experience that he has, the knowledge that he has, can be very very much beneficial to me. That can be very crucial to me. So it is much more important to have an investor that has the same expertise in your domain. So that's important, but it's not necessary. Always differ situation to situation. Sometimes people do may have investors that do not have expertise in their domain, but they are willing to invest because they want to grow their money, because they see the potential in you guys, because they see the potential in the entrepreneur itself. So there are investors that kind of too, but always better to have strategic investors who can guide you better. Then the third part comes in, it's the ticket size. The ticket size is the amount which the investor invests in each startup. So if I am an investor, I suppose I have a ticket size of 20 lakh rupees. So if you reaches out to me and looking for 1 CR of funds, and you pitch me for 1 CR, and I'm an 20 lakh investor, you should always say like, we can have co-investment opportunities together, like something like that, so that I can also feel like, since I cannot invest 1 CR, I just invest 20 lakhs each startup. So I'll give you my 20 lakhs, go out to any other investors who have rest of the money, that's 80 lakhs, or you can go multiple investors, or you can reach out to me itself, ask for the help. That's most of the startup miss. They never ask investors for help. Do reach out. They are people who have gone from the entrepreneurial journey. They know that there is an entrepreneur in you, there is an entrepreneur in themselves too. So they will always help you guys. So that's not an issue for the investor side. Most of the investor will always help you. So reach out to them, ask for the help. Sir, if you have any connections, can you help us to get the buffer, the amount whichever is left? So yeah, if he has, he will definitely help you out, because ultimately he is believing in you, he is investing in you. The third part comes in need. The need is that why you need an investor. Be clear with that, why you need an investor. It's just the money, it's the strategic value, it's the connections part, it's the, maybe the investor is a founder of a company which, maybe in the same space that you are in, it can bring a lot of value to your startup. So why you need an investor? So always be clear with it. It's not like you can raise from anyone in the market. It's, you should never raise from anyone in the market. All right. So that's the key crucial role over there. So I wanted to know, guys, are you clear? Is it getting difficult? Just to know that, are you guys over there? Because I have been speaking it from the past 2 to 3 minutes straight. With you, Vivan. Yes, Mohammed is there. For all the question that Anmol, Ria, Vivan has asked, I'll answer them at the end. All right. So no, none of the question will be left. Do not worry about that. So yeah. So we have gotten know your investor. All right. After knowing your investor, what you should do. Yeah. The next slide is the important slide, the most important slides. Race to grow, not to build. Race to grow, not to build. Keep that in your mind. Race to grow, not to build. Because for building, see, you have to build a POC, you have to build an MVP, you have to build a product, you have to build a traction. Then you can grow, and for growing you can get the investors. But for building, that's a lot more difficult. Since being a founder, I know that raising funds for building a product is very much difficult. Even if you got into Thiel fellowships first round, then it's also very much difficult. Even I have previously done 2 to 3 startups, I know how much difficult it is. So that's why I became a person who can tell entrepreneurs how to build such things, how to help entrepreneurs, helping entrepreneurs in raising their funds. So I became that guy so that no one else faced the same problem that I faced over 3 years that I had in entrepreneurship. All right. And currently now I'm helping entrepreneurs for the same. So this is the my best advice that I can give you is race to grow, not to build. Always race to grow, because for building, if you need money, you can reach out to the incubations, you can reach out to the accelerators, you can reach out to government for grants. But never reach out and person, you know that is an investor, angel investor, or maybe a venture capitalist to raise funds, because they may write that they give paper boat, they give funds to ideas, they give ideas at paper stage, but that varies. Kunal Shah got its funding at an idea stage. Are you Kunal Shah? Just ask your question yourself, because he has proven earlier that with free charge that you haven't proven yet. So for the first time entrepreneurs, it's always race to grow, not to build. All right. So now we will be taking up your questions, and this was all. There is a lot more thing in raising your first check. That is presenting your pitch, there is giving your pitch, preparing your pitch. Lot more things comes in, giving your financials, the documentation part, and everything. But this session was to know your investor, to know why you raise money, how to pitch, few essentials that the investors look in, these kind of a thing. Because you can get the pitch deck over the net, you can get the financials over the net, you can get the documentation part over the net. But what you don't get over the net is that you have to know your investor, that there are key essentials that the investor look in, that there is needed of traction, that race to grow, not to build. That things you do not get over the net, you don't get over YouTube. So I try to concise each and everything, each and every of my knowledge in just few sheets or few slides that I could be. So now we will be taking up queries and we will be taking up questions, because we have sufficient time to answer them all, and we'll be answering them all. And again, any one of you guys who are over here, all right, if you ask such a question, see, my screen is not open to the questions right now. If I found any question that is worth, that is mind blowing, you have gone out of the box or something like that, again, any one of you will get $1,000 technical funding from Started. Yeah, let's move ahead. I'll just stop sharing my screen. Just give me a second. We'll start from the beginning. Anmol, how much money you can raise at an early traction phase at what dilution? See, Anmol, it varies from startup to startup. It varies from sector to sector. It varies from need to need. So, so basically, if you are looking for, raising your first round at an early traction is also a very subjective term. For industry like WhatsApp or chat application, which have a downloads in billions, early traction may not be like in 5,000 downloads would count, don't count any traction, because there is a competitor having billion downloads, until unless you have certain USP, certain values that you can provide apart from that the WhatsApp is providing. So it varies. And at valuation, I would say, like, for an early stage startup, the right valuation would be around 3 to 5 cr. But if you are getting a lower valuation, always consider that it's your first company. You are building certain thing that no one has built it yet. And if there is a situation like that, you don't have money in the bank, it will die after 2 to 3 months. So it is better to take the at money at lower valuation too, because if there is no company, you cannot do anything of valuation. If there is something, then the valuation matters. So it is always better than to go ahead with lower valuation too. But yeah, do not go less than 1 cr. Do you think angel platforms are good? See, Ria, I didn't exactly get you, because there are platforms like where there is angel networks, and other hand there are platforms like crowdfunding platforms. So can you be specific on that? Vivan, your views on strategic investor, is it worth trying to get those? That's definitely worth. If you don't, I always prefer strategic investors, to be frank, because strategic investors bring a lot more value to a first time entrepreneur. They help them to build that search from scratch. They have gone through that experience, they have built that such things, so they know much more better than you. So you will get a lot more value addition over there. Can you suggest me investors for the idea stage? Harsh, see, there are the investor would say that we invest in idea stage, but actually saying go with the incubation or accelerator, you will get a small grants, build something over there, and raise money to grow. Simply, see, I am not over here to sugarcoat something like that. That you will get idea stage funding or something like that. That media usually do. I will talk real and raw thing that actually happens in the industry, from because I have felt that. And I usually, then felt good ki, I saw that they get idea stage funding and I didn't. So in my first startup, so yeah, I would be raw and real. But angel investors invest in idea stage, right? Purvi. Uh, y- huh. See, angel investors invest in idea stage, but that definitely matters who are you. And they do not invest in idea stage, they invest in the stage when you have built something. Either it can be public or not. You have built something. And always for telling you as a, you can reach me as a brother, or reach me as a bhaiya or something like that. That always reach investor with certain traction at least, or MVP at least, because that would give you much edge. And yeah, telling you also a frank telling you a fact that there is average pitch that goes around the world is 65 pitches that a person has to do, a founder has to do to raise his first check. Yeah, so don't be disheartened if you didn't get from one or two investors, because you haven't pitched to 65 investors yet. Next question. Mohammed asked, is it the product or the service which make it investable? Is it the person believe that he can make this business stand out? For instance, my idea might be small idea, but because it's small, it doesn't make not investable. See, the idea may be small, all right, but the vision should be greater. The execution part should be fast. Also, the team who is building, who you are building, Mohammed, you should have that capability to show to an investor that you can do that speed of execution, that he actually feel that it's investable enough. Harsh, you answer it raw, but I am not coder. I believe. Oh, you will relate me with the best. I am a believer and doer. Where should I go? See, I am not a coder myself. I built at my startup. I learned coding. That's true. I learned coding. I belong to a commerce background, business background. I learned coding a bit, because see, it's not like that. You need a coder. You need a hacker. There is three persons you need in a startup. That is hacker, that is marketer, and that another side is designer. The designer is who structures the idea into a design. The marketer is who builds the design, who builds the idea in his brain, who builds the strategies how to go ahead. And the hacker is the coder who will build the product for you if you are building a SaaS based platform, that is software based platform. All right. And if you know coding, if you are having a marketer side, and if you know a bit of coding, maybe 10 out of 3 type of coding, then it would be great for you, because you know what the hacker is doing over there. And if he is telling that it would take 10 days, you actually know that it can be done in 10 days or not, and if not, you can actually point out that thing. But if you do not know coding, you can you will never be able to point out that stuff, and the projects will get delayed. So that's why investor prefer to know a bit of codes and all that stuff. So these are all the questions, I guess. So did you got the answers to your question? I have one best idea. Would you love to know? I would great. I would love to know your idea. You can ping me over LinkedIn. It's Himanshu Jain over there. All right. Founder started up. You can search started up over there. I will get you over there. I would love to hear your ideas. I would love to help you. I would love to, get you a stage where I can be, I could help you out. Okay. So, matlab, I would love to help you guys. Okay, I will blow after listening it. That's thanks for answering. Yeah, yeah. If you guys have any more questions, you are free to chat it right. Text it right now. Also, I said that one of the person would be getting $100 technical credit of funding. So who's this? Let's check out. All right. So what I like the question is like you ask a lots of question, but how much dilution, it's all good. But yeah, also before coming to that, Ria asked a question that angel platforms are good. Yeah, I just said you can retype that and I'll answer that. So I founded a great question was Muhammad's question. Muhammad's question was, a good one, because I felt it that he actually saw that the idea is not investable, but the execution is. So that question is, a lot more. So Muhammad and Anmol, both will be getting $1,000 of each technical funding. You can reach out to us startup.in, and you can also reach out to us at our mail ID. That's you know mail id is connect@startup.in. You can type over there where we connected, what the question you asked, and you will receive the mail from over there. Mohammed has just takes, my startup is in its ideas stage, and I applied at multiple forums, where I got a call yesterday from one of forum. The organization of the forum told me that 25K will be the cost of registration to pitch. So what's your opinion, sir? Should I go with it and finding it genuine or not, or should you see other options? See, never ever give money like that. All right, there are a lot of organization that will charge you 25K, that will charge you that will charge you $2,000. There are a lot of organization that may be fake or maybe original, but never ever lose your money like that. All right, invest that money in your startup. If you are building something, if you market it right, you will get the investors to you. You will get the investors at your doorstep. You won't have to go anywhere. All right, so that's the main part. So never ever give money like that. Never ever money distribute your precious money at that, like that. Yeah, so I think I answered all the questions that were over here. Muhammad and Anmol, you can mail me over there. I told you just mail. I would be glad to connect with you all over the LinkedIn, all right, where you can ask me other queries, you can ask me, you can connect with me, we can have a call together, we can discuss any examples of Thiel fellowships in India. Ritesh Agrawal, Oyo. Oyo is there, man. We also, our previous startup also got selected for the first round of Thiel fellowship. Yeah, but it can't go ahead. No problem. Programs like that. Programs like that. You can, for Thiel fellowships, like programs that's generally kind of an accelerator programs. You can reach out to. There are a lot more accelerators like, uh, you know, Nine Unicorns is there. There is Xskill Global, and many more accelerators like that. So you can reach out to them. Can you please repeat the mail ID, sir? Connect@startup.in. Connect@startup.in. All right. Yeah, so I think it was a great session, great talking to you guys. I enjoyed it a lot. I would love to hear whether whether I was able to add certain value to you guys or not. And in the chat you can answer that, because it act as a feedback for me, that as a person that I was able to add certain value to you guys. My learnings helped you a bit, a little too fast. That's a bit enthusiastic. That's why I may got a little fast. I will ensure it from the next time. Vikram, good. All right. So we'll meet again, all right, at the same stage where we are at 15th at 7 LinkedIn profile. I'll just give me a second for LinkedIn profile. I'm looking out from a LinkedIn profile. I'll just share the link. For now, I will be just meeting again on 15th, where we will be talking about pillars for starting up, pillars of starting up for a startup, and more like these things. And we'll explore how to initiate a startup, how to you know grow a startup, how to start your own startup, and all kind of these things. And then we will be discussing more things like such we discussed right now, like how to build, how to do such great things. So it would be pleasure talking to you guys again. Did you got the uh, that's the LinkedIn URL of my LinkedIn profile. You can reach me out, you can connect me over there. So thank you guys again for being over here and being a patient listener, being such an interactive audience that few people might have, few just few people have. So I am glad that you were my audience, and I was able to address your queries. So we'll meet you again. All right, you can connect me over LinkedIn, we can connect over there, we can talk over there. For now, I will just say goodbye to you guys all. We'll meet at 15th at 7:30 again at pillars of starting up. All right, the initial pillars that you need for starting up. will I'll just take all the feedbacks, like feedbacks a little too fast and something. I'll just control my speed over there, being less enthusiastic, and we'll try to cover more things and answer your questions. So for now, thank you guys. It was pleasure having you. Bye bye. See you soon.